I hope you enjoyed example 2 or example 1, and now it's time to begin example 2. Well, town T is 8 kilometers northeast of village V. This is V, and that's T. T is northeast. When you see something like northeast, we're talking multiples of 45. So if I said something like southwest, we're talking multiples of 45. It just depends on where you are in your plane. Okay? Your compass bearing, I should say. So it divides up evenly. Northeast implies 45 and 45 degrees. Okay? Now you're 8 kilometers, and once you're done with that, we'll move on. Now you have city C. That's 4 kilometers from T on a bearing of 150 degrees. So some of you are saying, what does that mean if it's a bearing of 150 degrees? Start at your north line and go all the way down. Notice I put the 60 here. That's because this is 90 right here, right angle, and that's 60. They add to this 150. We really care about that 60, and you'll see why a little bit later. By the way, while you're just there, alternate interior angles. Do you remember those? I'm going to put a 45 degrees right here. Do you guys know why I'm putting this 45 right here? Because that's an alternate interior angle. And some of you are saying, well, which lines, Mr. Harrison, are parallel? Well, if you're asking that question, which lines are parallel, go back to geometry. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, don't go back to geometry because you probably wouldn't pass. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, 45 and 45 degrees, right? Alternate interior angle. Which ones are parallel? Let me just make a tick mark. You see this north line? That's parallel to this north line. Believe it or not, this is the transversal in yellow here, or blue. Okay. What does that mean if this is 60? Can somebody tell me what 30 is? That's right. Good job, Stefan. Very nice. You should be proud of yourself there. It is 30 degrees, so we'll go like this and bold it, and we got 22. All right, beautiful. Moving on. Okay, moving on. Let's see a nice, neat picture. Oh, I don't want to hide up the answers, of course. There it is. Nice, neat picture of what we just talked about. We're trying to figure out the distance now of T. T, as in Tom, as in 2 Toms. Okay. Yes, we have 2 Toms. Anybody else named T in the room? Raise your hand. Tina? Do we have a Tina? I don't think so. All right. Anyway, what is the distance of C to V? Well, what are we talking about here? C to V. We'll call that little t because it's opposite big T. All right. Law of cosines. In French, we say law of cosine or law of cosine. Law of cosines. I think that's it, the third one. Anyway, t squared equals 8 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 8 times 4 times the cosine of 75. That should not be times the cosine of 75 squared, just cosine of 75. That should have been a degree symbol, but in French, in Spanish, I'm out of good jokes, I guess. Hopefully you're laughing. If you're not, then I failed miserably. So 7.96 what you get. If you round up to 8, so be it. Now, we figured that out. We're not done because you have to figure out the bearing from V. If it's from V, we're going from the north line all the way. Tell me when to stop. Stop. Okay, that's the angle we're trying to figure out. So it's not 90. Because this orange line does not hit the red line. So it's not 90 degrees. So I'm going to cross out that 45 so we don't get confused. How are we going to figure out this V here? We'll call that angle V. That's right. I already hinted at it. Law of sines. Notice a pattern here. Sine of V over 4 equals sine of 75. This is the 75 here when you add the 45 and the 30. All over 7.96. What do you get? Well, you should get 2 solutions, 150.9 and 2903 degrees. And obviously the 150 doesn't work because 150 and 75 is too much. So when you get that's 29.03 degrees, don't forget, add up 20. I think we have a typo here. Hold on 1 second. Yep, there is a typo. Let's correct it live. We'll correct it together. This says 27.03. My data here says that is incorrect. It should be 2903. And that adds up to 7403. And that's your final answer. You have to add it. Whenever you do a bearing, you start at north and you go all the way to wherever you're going to, in this case, C. Hope this helps because when you're done, you can start example 3.